So good evening, guys. Welcome to the live show with me. I'm your favorite mentor, so to say, Arun Sharma here, and I'm discussing actually live solving the CSAT 2022 paper that was just held 1.5 2 hours ago, and just wanted to help you go through those questions. Those of you who given the UPSC exam today and are following our channel, we just wait for that, and of course. I'm live on the Arun Sharma Mind channel. I'm live on YouTube with Arun Sharma channel also, and I'm also live on the LinkedIn on my LinkedIn profile. So without any further ado, of course the video will be available after the live session also. So without any further ado, let me just organize my screen before I share it with you guys. And my first reaction as I opened this this session, this paper, and my first reaction as I was looking at, hi Raj, welcome to the session. And my first reaction as I was looking at the paper, the CSAT paper, was that almost I got a feeling that I'm solving quants questions from the cat. उसी तरह का लग रहा था कि मतलब awesome, मतलब बहुत, I mean, मुझे तो मतलब of course if you're good at aptitude you'll enjoy it, but people जिनका aptitude खराब है वो I think a lot of people are going to have a tough time in this paper. What is your reaction, Raj and others? कैसा लगा था before I start the questions? Let me know. मैं अभी इसको YouTube पे अपना लाइव सेटअप भी कर ले रहा हूँ. Just give me a second. And of course, those of you who are watching it later, you guys can forward this part, this thing. And I mean, this is something I was always talking about, in the fact that CSAT को लोग बीच में थोड़ा lightly लेने लगे थे कि only 33%, etc. But aptitude test में 33% sometimes can be made very difficult to get. Or you just need to look at that exams and understand that what 30%. I mean, only if you get a 33% score, you're approximately 90 to 93% in the exam, which means only 7% people go get that. I'm quite sure UPSC वाले अपने आप को CAT से कम तो नहीं समझते हैं या किसी भी examining body से कम नहीं समझते हैं, and hence you will always have that possibility, and that's typically the good quality question, easily solvable questions. A blend is always there. So let me just share my screen without any further ado. Let's get down to the business of solving the CSAT for today. Right? Let's start looking at the paper, and I'll just share my screen and I'll minimize myself here. Right, I hope you can see this. So I was just going through I mean, I have not seen the whole paper. I just glanced कर रहा था, and I saw some very nice questions, and this thing so kind of gives us a perspective that CSAT is an important component of the UPSC exam now. So for the time being, I'm skipping the reading comprehension part, because that's something I've not really solved. So I'm just going through live with you on the reasoning and quants questions, and we'll try to solve as many of them as possible. आज हम लोग देखते हैं कितना कर सकते हैं, उसके बाद I might continue this tomorrow. So question number 4, what is the value of x in the sequence? तो इसमें basic principle होता है कि you have to look at additions, subtractions, multiplications, divisions, etc. What's happening, and then you have to start to think about, is it an increasing addition, increasing subtraction, increasing multiplication, increasing division, etc. So यहाँ पे x की value निकालनी है आपको. So इसमें if you see this 20, 10, 10 and 15, the spotting is if you've got your mind set on what kind of things you're looking for. तो ये एक increasing multiplication है, into 0.5, into 1, into 1.5, into 2, into 2.5, and hence the next number will be into 3. So 75 into 3 will be 225, and option D will be the right answer in this question. So this was an easy spot अगर तुमने इसको समझ लिया था. And all those of you who are following this channel, even if you're giving this for other exams, it might be a good idea for you to have a look at this, because अच्छा quality का paper है, so it's always fun to solve these kind of questions. अब ये question 8 जो है, question 5 जो है, ये completely cat के I mean write down the cat throat, so to say, in terms of the kind of questions you get in the quants there. So I'm just opening a new window here. इसको बंद कर रहा हूँ. Every question पे एक नया window खोलेंगे हम लोग, और इसको हम लोग we'll keep looking at this. So let's look at this question. So what this question is saying: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And those of you who don't not aware, we just a couple of months before the CSAT, we launched on the Arun Sharma Mindworks website. We did launch on the Mindworks course. We launched a 1-year subscription to the CSAT. So those of you who are interested in preparing for CSAT 2023 can avail of that of the subscription. So offers, etc. We will put links on later on this video, so you can have it. This thing. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G is has the number, not necessarily in that order. Has the number A, B, not necessarily, where each letter represents the distinct digits: 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So if I just look at this, 3, 7, 12, 19, 27, 36. Our sum is 36 here. So why I'm talking about that is because the first information given to me here is the number is divisible by 9. So all the digits are used. So सब digits used होगा तो 9 से अपने आप divisible होगा, because sum of digits being 36. A number whose sum of digits is 36 will have divisibility by 9. So after deleting the first digit from the right, the resulting number is divisible by 6. मुझे ये नहीं लग रहा है कि, I mean, why are they saying not necessarily in that order? I think वो irrelevant है वहाँ पे. Their first reaction to वही है यहाँ पे अभी. And this is live solving. I mean, I have not solved this question before. I'm solving this in front of you and trying to make out what's happening there in this question. So the number is divisible by 9. After deleting the first digit from the right, the resulting number is divisible by 6. So 6 से कोई number divisible होता है. So we are looking at a 7-digit number. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. तो 6 से divisible होता है, तो this number is divisible by 6. So for it to be divisible by 6, it has to be even. It has to be even and divisible by 3. These are two conditions for this to be divisible by 6. So for this to happen, that means this digit is either 2 or 4 or 8. The sixth digit is either 2 or 4 or 8, right? And otherwise, and the other thing is that if this is divisible by, this has to be divisible by 3. So from 36, this digit has to be dropped out, and then you have to have a divisibility by 3 here, right? You have to have a divisibility by 3 here. After that, so when you look at this, so 9 अगर हटाते हैं, तो this becomes 27. So it's possible that I can remove 9. If you remove 8, if this digit was 8, then the sum of digits here becomes 28. और यहाँ का sum of digits अगर 28 हो जा रहा है, तो 3 से divisible नहीं आएगा first 6 digits. 7 हटाऊंगा तो भी 29 होगा, तो 7 भी नहीं आ सकता है, 5 भी नहीं हटा सकता हूँ, 4 भी नहीं हटा सकता हूँ because this will become 32. 2 भी नहीं हटा सकता हूँ because this will become 34. And 1 भी हटाऊंगा तो ये 35 है. So what is very clear at this point is with this analysis, what is very clear, and this, please remember, CSAT is a 1.5 minute per question exam. 80 minutes, 80 questions, 120 minutes. So उस context में this is the long question. I mean, anybody solving this paper, if you're aiming for 33%, you should leave this question essentially. But because अभी तक सिर्फ ये मिला कि ये digit 9 है. Let me just check that. 28, 29, 31, 32, 34, 35. ठीक है, yeah. So this digit 9 ये confirm हो गया. Or after deleting two digits from the right, the original number the resulting number is divisible by 5. So if I'm deleting these two digits, the remaining number is divisible by 5. So divisible by 5 only happens if the unit digit is 5 or 0. So that means this is clearly 5. ये clearly 5 है, ये fix हो गया. After deleting 3 digits from the right of the original number, the resultant number is divisible by 4. So that means if I'm deleting 3 digits, that means I'm deleting these 3 digits. So the first 4 digits of the number are divisible by 4. So if the first 4 digits of the number are divisible by 4, with the digits available for me, which is 1, 2, 4, and 7 and 8, I can have multiple values here. I can have 112. If I use a 1 here, तो 112 हो सकता है. अगर 114, 117, 118 नहीं हो सकता. अगर मैं यहाँ 2 यूज करूँ तो 24 हो सकता है. अगर मैं 4 यूज करूँ यहाँ पे तो 48 हो सकता है. अगर मैं 7 यूज करूँ तो 72 हो सकता है. और अगर मैं 8 यूज करूँ यहाँ पे तो 84 हो सकता है. तो I've got 5 possibilities for these 2 digits. ये दोनों digits के लिए 5 possibilities बन रहा है. ठीक है. उसके बाद क्या बोल रहा है आगे? After deleting 4 digits from the right, the resulting number is divisible by 3. तो ये 4 digit delete करने के बाद अगर 4 digit में delete करूँ तो I'm talking about this number. Only the first 3 digits. Let me use the different. Amazing. This question is something that people solving a CAT exam will find it difficult to solve. Literally, I can show you CAT 2021. I can show you maybe 10 questions or 22, which will be much easier than this question. So अब क्या है मेरा ये digits ये वाले digits मैं उससे ले रहा हूँ कि अभी इतना काम करा रहे हैं इस क्वेश्चन में मुझे, right, in a qualifying exam. So this is like almost harakiri to actually solve this, because literally if this question is asked in a parallel exam like CAT, इसमें I think they'll give you at least 9 marks for this. ठीक है. तो अब क्या बोल रहा है आगे? After deleting 5 digits from the right, the resulting number is 4 digits. मतलब ये जो है this should be divisible by 3. Now मेरे पास digits ये अवेलेबल है. अगर मैं 12 यूज किया हूँ यहाँ पे, फर्स्ट केस, 5 केसेस को चेक करना है मेरे को. मैं इस 5 केसेस में एक थोड़ा सा मैं लॉजिक लगा सकता हूँ. यहाँ पे एक लॉजिक और लग रहा है. ये 5 केसेस में ये वाला केस 24. प्लीज रिमेंबर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 7 डिजिट नंबर. अभी थर्ड 4 डिजिट की बात कर रहे हैं. ये वाला केस 48 और ये वाला केस 84 नहीं हो सकता है. ये क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? यहाँ से नहीं आ रहा है, ये अगले स्टेटमेंट से आ रहा है. After deleting 5 digits from the right of the original number, the resulting number is divisible by 2. That means ये even number होना चाहिए. मेरे पास इस लिस्ट में 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 उसमें से 2, 4, 8 तीन ही इवन डिजिट्स हैं. और एक इवन यहाँ पे आ रहा है इस डिजिट में, और एक इवन यहाँ पे आ रहा है पक्का, और एक इवन यहाँ आ रहा है. तो ये इवन डिजिट नहीं हो सकता है. is the thing. So actually 5 options here, यहाँ पे 2 options हो जाते हैं. But I'm either at 112 or 72 here. So at this point, maybe so much writing, so much twists and turns in this question. At this point, I might want to say that okay, I want to clean a sheet. So I'm talking about 2 kinds of numbers, 7-digit numbers. This is definitely 9. This is definitely 5. This is an even number. This is an even number. This is an even number. So my 3 even digits, 2, 4, 8. So and I've got a possibility of 12 here, and a possibility of 72 here. So whatever I do, what is clear is 2 is fixed in this place, and 5. And the focus is in this question. The focus is to find the sum of the middle 3 digits, because that's what they're asking me. Which of the following is the possible value for the sum of the middle 3 digits of the number? So possible value पूछा है. That means that there's no resolution to this solution, right? There's no resolution to this solution. यहाँ possible value 8 आ रहा है, यहाँ possible value 14 आ रहा है. So 2 possibilities में exist कर रहा है. तो option A इसका आंसर होगा. ये लड़ो मार्क option A होगा. right? You don't need to find the number beyond this, right? तो ये amazing, मतलब this kind of shows how, और ये last 2 साल से भी दिख रहा है कि they have actually upped the tempo in terms of the CSAT and aptitude exam में if I want I can make scoring as a question set. If I want I can make scoring 33% very difficult unless your aptitude is good, and this seems like that for a lot of them. But CSAT, one difference that I'll say, well, this question, as I said, you put this question into a CAT paper or CAT paper का question उठा के यहाँ डाल दो, किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा कौन सा question क्या था, right? So this question is that level. But the next one, a reasoning question, is the easier one. You should do this. Two friends XY start running and they run together for 50 meters in the same direction and reach a point. So let's say they are moving in this direction, X and Y. They have done 50. X turns right and runs 60 meters. So X is turned right and run 60 meters. Y turns left and runs 40 meters. So Y turns left and runs 40 meters. Then X turns left and runs 50 meters. The next turns left and runs 50 meters and then stops. So he's here. How far are the two friends from each other now? So this is 50. How far are the two friends from each other now? ये तो Pythagoras वो बन रहा है. So this distance is 100 and this is 50. Y is here. Y turns left and runs 40 meters. So ये जो triangle है, 100 height and 50 width, how far the two friends from each other will be on this diagonal. And this diagonal will be a square root. It's not going to be a perfect square. 1, 2 and something का तो Pythagoras chapter आता ही नहीं है. इसमें कोई दूसरा डायरेक्शन लेने से फायदा होगा क्या? वही है ना, I think. I don't think if I change my original direction, it's not going to make a difference. If I take 50 here, they're running together, and then X turns right and runs 60. X turns right and runs 60. Y turns left and runs 40. And stops. X turns left and runs 50. अच्छा मैंने ये मिस कर दिया हूँ. Okay, sorry. X turns left and runs 50. उसके बाद and stops while Y turns right and runs 50. ये basic problem aptitude का. Since I'm going live and I'm trying to solve without reading properly, I'm making this mistake. तो ये 50 है, of course. This is the easy question. Obviously ये दोनों points पे उनका difference है और ये point 100 है. ठीक है, मतलब एक बेसिक फिलोसफी है किसी भी एप्टीट्यूड क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने का, योर क्वालिटी ऑफ रीडिंग शुड बी स्ट्रांग. देखो मेरा ही रीडिंग का क्वालिटी देखो. द मोमेंट आई ड्रॉप माय क्वालिटी ऑफ रीडिंग, नो मैटर हु यू आर, व्हाट योर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स आर, you will always make errors. So that's something as a reminder to me for the next question onwards. I'll read it first properly because I'm as I told you, I'm just doing this session blind. I have not solved the questions. Yeah, so इसका आंसर 100 आएगा, A आएगा. So at least 2 easy questions here. What date of June 2029 among the following is Sunday, right? So ये क्वेश्चन को तो देखोगे संडे कौन से 2099 ले गया सीधा, राइट? और हम लोग 2022 में हैं, we're in 2022 and today being 5th June. So this is typical of UPSC. They know that you know that today's date is 5th June and this is Sunday. So we have to transfer today's Sunday. Now what happens in calendars is 1 year later, 1 year later, 5th June would be a Monday, because you have 364 days elapsed plus 1 day. So you actually add a 365th day. And every time you cross a leap year during this, so 5th June to 5th June next year, 2023, you're going to have +1 on Sunday, right? 5th June to 5th June 2023, you're going to have +1 on Sunday. So that means it's going to be Monday. और ये अगर Monday, if this is a Monday, तो every year 5th June 23 से 5th June 24 जाओगे, तो इसमें तुम्हारा February 24 इसके बीच में आएगा. So every time the February of the leap year comes, you will get a +2. So ये logic लगा के what you have to do basically do is from, I mean the thinking here is, this is, if you know clocks in calendar specifically, ये essentially the thinking is that 2022 से 2099 is an elapsing of 77 years. हम लोग में से कोई नहीं रहेगा by that time, उतना तो clear है. लेकिन Sunday होगा, Monday होगा, 5 जून को निकाल सकते हैं हम लोग. तो 77 years होगा, right? So 77 plus 1s होंगे. And the leap years that will happen is between 2024, 2028 up to 2096. So that means अगर तुम लोग IAS ऑफिसर बनोगे तो तब तक रिटायर होके तुम्हारे पोते और पोतियां भी हो सकता है IAS ऑफिसर रहे तब तक. So कितने लीप ईयर्स वो गिनना पड़ेगा तुमको. तो 24 to 96 is what, 19 leap years? Yeah, there are 19 leap years here. मैं बताऊँ, मैं सॉल्व नहीं किया उसको, मैं am solving it live and blind for you. So that means the total number of days that you are elapsing, you're going forward by, is 96. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining the logic and the theory. I'm just solving the questions for you, right? So 96, that means 91. This is called the concept of odd days. 91 odd days में फिर Sunday हो जाएगा, तो +5 होगा यहाँ पे. So this means the 5th June 2099 is going to be a Friday. Of question पूछा है कि which day of 2099, which of these days of 2099 will be a Sunday? So you have to go 2 days more. So I think the answer should be 7th June. Please do pardon me if I make any mistakes in my calculations, because I'm talking and solving. और ये पेपर अच्छे क्वालिटी का है, तो इसका D आएगा आंसर. ठीक है, अगले क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. अगले क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. अगर मेरा कोई कैलकुलेशन एरर होगा तो प्लीज this thing I'm trying to make sure that I don't make any errors in this. Normally जब ये सेशन मैंने प्लान किया था, मैं थॉट वाज कि इसमें तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली, because CSAT तो आसान होता है. But when I looked at the paper and as I said, my respect went up for the question setters of the UPSC. ये लोग के पास भी दम है क्वेश्चन बनाने का, मैथ्स के क्वेश्चन. बाकी तो उनको बहुत दम है, as you all know. So anyway, let's keep going ahead. A bill for rupees 1850, question 8, is paid in the denomination 50, 20, 10. A total of 50 notes is used. Consider the following statements. 25 notes of 50 rupees are used, and the remaining are in the denomination of 20 and 10. First statement is saying this: 25 and 50 plus 20 into something plus 10 into something, some number of notes. Statement 1. Statement 2, 35 notes. अच्छा, एक चीज और, यहाँ पे 1840 रुपीज अगर पेड है with 50 notes, तो तुम्हारा एवरेज वैल्यू जो आ रहा है वो 36.8 आ रहा है, ठीक है, दैट्स द एवरेज वैल्यू पर नोट. If you look at the second statement, this says 35 notes of 20 rupees are used. इसको भी मेरे को 15 to 25 लिखना चाहिए, उल्टा लिखना चाहिए, because I am writing the note denomination first and the number of notes later in these two. यहाँ पे भी मेरे को consistency रखनी चाहिए, otherwise exam के अंदर pressure में solve करने में you make mistakes here. You do make mistakes here. So 20 into 35 है, और remaining are the denominations of 50 and the remaining are the denominations of, just give me a second. The remaining are denominations of 50 and 10. So 50 के denominations में remaining है और 10 के denominations में remaining है. Now what I can see very clearly is कि ऐसा साथ में तो नहीं हो सकता है 1 and 2 together, because अगर 1 हो रहा है तो 1250 रुपए तो यही बन जाएंगे तुम्हारे, और यहाँ पे 700 रुपए बन रहे हैं, तो 1950 तो सीधे हो गए, तो कम तो नहीं कर सकता ना. So this 1 and 2 together can't be true. And the third statement says 20 rupees of 20 notes of 10 are used. That means 10 ke 20 notes are used. And the remaining are in denominations of 50 and 20. Now, एक लॉजिक देखते हैं, which of the above statements are not correct. तो अगर 1 करेक्ट है, तो 1250 रुपये यहाँ पे हो जाता है, ठीक है. अगर 1 करेक्ट है तो मेरे को 20 और 10 से, मेरे को 20 और 10 मिला के 590 रुपीज बनाने पड़ेंगे, 50 यूनिट्स, 50 नोट्स चाहिए मेरे को. दिस इज द कंस्ट्रेंट. तो यहाँ पे मैं 25 नोट यूज अगर कर रहा हूँ तो 25 नोट्स यूज करके मेरे को 590 बनाना है, और 25 नोट में 590 बनेगा ही नहीं. रीजन, बिकॉज मेरा बेस्ट मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ नोट इज 20 रुपीज. तो 25 नोट का सब 20 रुपए वाले भी यूज करूँ तो 500 रुपए नहीं, 500 रुपए मैक्सिमम बना सकता हूँ. सो स्टे नॉट करेक्ट में 1 तो आना पड़ेगा. सो इट्स ऑप्शन ए, सी और डी. 2 को अगर मैं देखूं, 2 में मेरा 700 रुपए बन गया 20 into 35. और ये थॉट स्ट्रक्चर हर एग्जाम में, एप्टीट्यूड एग्जाम में दिस थॉट स्ट्रक्चर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो 700 रुपए बन गया, मतलब बाकी नोट्स में मेरे को 1140 बनाने, 50 रुपी नोट्स एंड 10 रुपी नोट्स. और नोट्स कितने हैं मेरे पास? 15, बिकॉज 20 के 35 नोट यूज किया मैंने. तो 15 नोट्स में अगर मेरे को 1140 रुपए बनाने हैं, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, बिकॉज अगर मेरा बेस्ट हाईएस्ट वैल्यू नोट 50 रुपी है तो 15 नोट्स में मैक्सिमम 750 रुपए बना पाऊंगा. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट करेक्ट. If I go to the third, so 1 and 2 दोनों करेक्ट नहीं. So it's either option A or D. So third correct है क्या? If I use 10 notes of 20 notes of 10 rupees each, तो यहाँ पे 200 रुपए बन जाएगा. बचा तुम्हारा कितना? 1640. बिकॉज 1840 रुपए तुमको बनाने पूरे मिला के, और तुम्हारे पास 50 रुपी नोट्स हैं और 20 रुपीज नोट्स हैं, और तुम्हारे पास नोट बच गए. 20 नोट तो तुमने यूज कर लिए, टोटल नोट 50 है, टोटल नंबर ऑफ नोट्स इज 50. सो यू हैव ओनली 30 नोट्स मोर. तो 30 नोट्स मोर, 50 रुपीज ईच, मैक्सिमम 1500 बना पाओगे. सो दिस इज द लॉजिक ऑन व्हिच यू रिजेक्ट ऑल द 3 स्टेटमेंट्स. व्हिच ऑफ द अबव स्टेटमेंट नॉट करेक्ट? आंसर इज डी. क्वेश्चन 8 का आंसर डी है. द डी इज नॉट करेक्ट. all 3 are not correct. चलो अगले क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. क्विक, गुड क्वालिटी क्वेश्चन अगेन. लॉजिक पकड़ना जरूरी था. ये लॉजिक काफी यूज होता है एप्टीट्यूड एग्जाम में. Which amongst the question 9, which among the following, which number amongst 2 raised to 40, 2 raised to 40, 3 raised to 21, 4 raised to 18, which means 2 raised to 36, and 8 raised to 12, which is again 2 raised to 36, is the smallest? is the smallest. So it has to be, I think it has to be 3 raised to, I mean, ये तो smallest नहीं होगा because it's larger than these two. इन दोनों का ये दोनों आंसर हो नहीं सकता है because ये दोनों होगा तो दो आंसर है क्वेश्चन में. So 4 raised to 18 and 8 raised to 12, they are the same. 4 raised to 18 and 8 raised to 12 are the same value wise because this is 2 raised to 36 and this is also 2 raised to 36. So ये logic को समझ में आ गया. So this is a quick question. 3 raised to 21 इसका आंसर आएगा. ठीक है, अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. The digits 1 to 9, question 10. The digits 1 to 9 are arranged in 3 rows in such a way that each row contains 3 digits. ये रिएक्शन है. जितना पढ़ते हो उतने में रिएक्ट करना है. रिएक्शन पॉइंट तुम्हारा वो होना चाहिए कि ये पढ़ लिया, ऐसे कुछ रिएक्शन आ रहा है तो करके रिएक्शन आगे बढ़ना चाहिए एवरी डे. Right? Thanks, sir, so much. So digits 1 to 9 are arranged in 3 rows in such a way that each row contains 3 digits and the number formed in the second row is twice the number formed in the first row. So this number is twice this number. So that means you need a multiplier of 2 between this to this. Double. This is not sum of digits. Please remember this. And again, this question I can put it into a CAT exam and you will not even understand कि UPSC question था. ये एकदम perfect CAT में fit हो रहा है. Just like the question 8 and even question 9 in that sense. I can show you questions in CAT which are easier than this. So those of you thinking UPSC is a cakewalk, CSAT, please keep your preparation up there, because as you know, you don't qualify this exam and you're dead in the whole this thing. पूरे साल का तुम्हारा GS का मेहनत खत्म हो जाएगा. So यहाँ से यहाँ डबल है और आगे क्या बोल रहे हैं? And the number formed in the third row is thrice the number formed in the first row. So this number is 3 times this. So whatever number we are forming here in the first row, उसका डबल नंबर यहाँ बन रहा है और उसका ट्रिपल नंबर यहाँ बन रहा है. ठीक है, इतना तो समझ में आ गया. तो आगे क्या बोल रहे हैं? And just reminding you guys, we have a subscription model for the UPSC. We are all geared up. I'll be taking live classes also and complete video solutions to past papers, as well as my own videos for preparing for each of these chapters that you come across in maths. Right? The repetition of digits is not allowed. If only 3 of the 4 digits, 2, 3, 7, 9 are allowed to use in the first row. So the first row, you're only using 3 of the 4 digits. 2, 3, 7, 9. So how many such combinations are possible to be arranged in 3 rows? Wow, amazing questions. So the first thing I realize is that this double and triple का logic तभी बनेगा जब यहाँ पे जो number है cannot start with 7 and cannot start with 9, because 900 कुछ start करोगे यहाँ पे तो double 1800 हो जाएगा. 3 digit number 1800 जा नहीं सकता. So I've got a number starting with 2, possibly 2 something, and I've got a number starting with 3 here in the first digit. दो possibility बन रहा है. A number starting with 2 here or a number starting with 3. Now 2 के साथ these 2 digits, I've got the numbers 3, 7, 9. So I need to check कि कौन कितने possibilities बन रहे हैं. So does 237 allow me to make this as 474? It does not, because repetition of digits is not allowed. So 237 is not allowed. So यहाँ पे जैसे 379 से यहाँ पे 37, 39 and 79 तीन numbers बन सकते हैं. So 237 is not allowed because double the number is giving me a repetition of digits. The digit 7 gets repeated. If I use the 239 here, it becomes a 478. That's okay. Double. And triple becomes 717. 239 into 3 is 717. Again, there's a repetition of digits. Not possible. So 239 is rejected here. What about 279 here? What about 279 here? If I use 279 here, this becomes 558. Again, a repetition of digits is allowed. Repetition of digits is not allowed लिखा है यहाँ पे. तो 279 का double 558 हो नहीं सकता है. So using 2 here does not work. If I use 3 here, I'll have to use here 2 here because the moment if I go with 370 or 390, triple that number. Tripling that number is going to take me across 1000. So 320. I mean, इस point पे exam के अंदर मेरे को mark करना है तो मैं demark करके आगे निकल जाऊँ because I don't need to check this. एक value तो आना ही because 0 तो हो नहीं सकता. So I will allow the question setter to make sure that this logic is correct. But यहाँ check करोगे तो ये देखो ये बन गया पूरा 327 double 654 triple 981 और 329 पे अगर ट्राई करोगे तो 329 obviously you can't do it because यहाँ पे ट्रिपल में 900 से स्टार्ट होगा तो 9 का डिजिट रिपीटिंग है. So option D is the right answer for this. Right, and really my respect for the maths question setters of the UPSC has really gone up because I've seen some really simple questions in the past in UPSC where they were kind of mollycoddling the aspirant कि हम लोग politically correct हैं और easy questions दे रहे हैं आप लोग को. Comprehension तो आज मैं कर भी नहीं रहा हूँ because this is live solving. अभी उसको पढ़ूंगा तो it become very boring for you. And yeah, really good questions. Yeah. This is exam cat. मतलब you can actually pick up questions from there. मतलब अगर मैं एक काम करूँ कि यहाँ से क्वेश्चन उठा लूँ, कैट क्वेश्चन उठा लूँ, दोनों को एक बॉक्स में डाल दूँ और रैंडमली यहाँ से पेपर उठा के इसके क्वेश्चन उठा के कैट का पेपर बना दो, तुमको समझ में नहीं आएगा कौन सा क्वेश्चन क्या है. द क्वांट्स पार्ट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. वो डायरेक्शन वाला क्वेश्चन की इधर दौड़ा वो कैट में नहीं आता है. बट मैथ्स की बात कर रहा हूँ. So let's look at this. X and Y run a 3-kilometer race along a circular course of 300 meters. X and Y run a 3-kilometer race around a circular course of 300 meters. So that means इस पे reaction ये है कि they are running 10 rounds. Their speeds are in the ratio 3:2. अभी तो time speed distance हो गया. ठीक है. X और Y का speed ratio 3:2 है. If they start together in the same direction, how many times would the first one pass the other? The start of is not counted as passing. So essentially, इसको कैसे करोगे? Passing तब होगा ये 3:2 स्पीड है. इसका मतलब ये है कि जब ये 2 राउंड करेगा, जो Y 2 राउंड करेगा, सिंपल लॉजिक से सोचो, इसमें ज्यादा मैथ्स मत लगाओ. तो Y 2 राउंड करेगा तो X 3 राउंड करेगा और ये फर्स्ट पासिंग होगा. Y जब 4 राउंड करेगा तो X will do 6 rounds, right? तो ये सेकंड राउंड होगा, सेकंड क्रॉसिंग होगा. Y जब 6 राउंड करेगा X will do 9 rounds और ये थर्ड क्रॉसिंग होगा. Y जब 8 राउंड करेगा तो X का 12 राउंड हो जाएगा. So Y is doing 8 rounds, X will do 12 rounds. 12 rounds का रेस ही नहीं है, 10 rounds का रेस है. तो ये 3 क्रॉसिंग्स होने वाले हैं. ऑप्शन क्वेश्चन 15 का आंसर बी है. राइट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन उठाएं. क्वेश्चन 16. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है? X and Y run, if the order of the letters, ये वापस रीजनिंग पे आ गए. If the orders of the letter in the English alphabet is reversed, and each letter represents the letter whose position it occupies, then which one of the following represents Lucknow? So, first of all, the direct order is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, N, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. और M पे मैंने इसलिए ब्रेक किया because M is the 13th letter. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So what's going to happen is when I look at L here, इस question में जब मैं L देखता हूँ, L is the 12th letter. तो उल्टा जब करूँगा मैं, this alphabet will get written as Z, y, x, w and so on. But ये इस तरह से लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है तुमको. You don't need to write it like this because और L को replace क्या करेगा? You can just go from here and go to the 12th letter. And since I've written 13 letters here and 13 letters here, you can check this NOP, QRST, UVWXYZ. Since I've written 13 letters in both, if I'm going from Z, I'll come to 0 as my starting letter. So O से start होगा, ये help नहीं कर रहा है मेरे को. Second letter G है कि F है, उसमें दो ऑप्शन निकल जाएंगे. So I want to check what happens to U. So U को अगर मैं देखूं तो ये 21st अल्फाबेट है, एंड से 5 पहले, राइट? तो उल्टा अगर करूंगा मैं, सो गोइंग दिस वे, ए से जा रहा हूं अगर मैं, तो ए से एन 13 हो गया और फिर यहाँ से 21 हो गया. तो उल्टा अगर मैं जा रहा हूँ तो व्हेन आई गो बैक, Z से N इज लाइक A to M. सो 13 हो गया और 8 मोर, ये F पे आएगा. So this letter is going to be F. So if I look back at the options, it's option C or D, right? And then you come across you come across the next letter. OF के बाद X तो पक्का है सब में, C और D में देखना है हम लोग. तो OF XP M सब में, दोनों में कॉमन है, L भी कॉमन है. E और D से लास्ट लेटर देखना है, बिकॉज बाकी तीनों डिजिट्स, बाकी चारों अल्फाबेट्स हमारे सेम है. तो ये लेटर में E, ऑप्शन C में ये E है और ये ऑप्शन D में ये D है. वी जस्ट लुकिंग एट दिस लेटर. सो लखनऊ का W जब देखते हो, which of the following written W? W is the fourth letter from the last, Z, Y, X, W. तो ये fourth letter from the first will be D. So यहाँ पे D आएगा, and hence the correct option is option D. ये जिसने भी सॉल्व किया उसने सही सॉल्व किया 16 क्वेश्चन को डी मार्क करके. दैट्स द करेक्ट आंसर. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो, 17 देखो. I have not done an analysis of how many questions were there and how much in which this thing, but it seems आजकल around 40, 45, 50 questions reasoning और वो आ रहा है उसको, and it's similar to that. Yeah, at my word मैं आंसर की डाल दूंगा, maybe by tomorrow. I need some time, or I'll get my team to at least come up with the answers of these questions. और बाकी फिर वर्बल का भी आरसी का आंसर मैं देखता हूँ, जितने क्लियर आंसर मेरे को दिख रहे हैं मैं डाल दूंगा. I will not take a call on ambiguous answers by tomorrow maybe. So next question: in tournament of chess having 150 entrants, the player is eliminated whenever he loses a match. It's given that no match results in a tie draw. How many matches are played in the entire tournament? ये सीधा n-1 आता है इसका लॉजिक. So 149 इसका आंसर होगा. 150 matches में if there's a knockout tournament, the number of matches is n-1. So that's the answer to 17th. 18 देखते हैं. Yes, so 17th का आंसर C है. 18 देखते हैं. How many three-digit natural numbers without repetition of digits are there such that each digit is odd and the number is equal to 5? So again, combination, counting. Odd, each digit is odd. Two conditions, three conditions. Three-digit natural numbers, no repetition of digits, and each digit odd. Each is odd and number is equal to 5. So सबसे पहले 5 यहाँ पे आ गया. All odd digits, each digit odd, and no repetition of digits. That means 5 can't be used here. So that means these two places are to be filled with 1, 3, 7, and 9. So 1, 3, 7, 9 के साथ you can have 4C2 into 2 factors. Select 2 digits and arrange them. So 6 into 2, 12 इसका आंसर होगा. B इसका आंसर है क्वेश्चन 18 का. Question 19. Let's have a look at question 19. Consider the question and two statements given below. Is x an integer? The question is x an integer? X by 3 is not an integer. Statement 1. X by 3 is not an integer. So if x by 3 is not an integer, that means x is not a 3n number. So this means that x is either 3n plus 1 or 3n plus 2 number. And then they say, so it's numbers like 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. You have to avoid the multiples of 3. 7, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14. इस तरह के numbers हैं यहाँ पे. Multiple of 3 avoid करना है तुमको. And 3x is an integer. और question हमारा is x an integer? So 3x is being an integer. अच्छा x integer है कि नहीं? तो ये जरूरी नहीं कि 3n plus 1 and 3n plus 2 होगा x का value. X by 3 not an integer से तो कुछ मिल रहा है. It can be an integer not divisible by 3. It can also be 3.1 equally likely. क्या दिक्कत है उसमें? और 3x integer अगर है तो x can be a number like 1.333. Of course, it can be a number like 2 also. ताकि 3x is an integer. So इससे भी तुम you can't make this out. From 2 also. So both statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient. इसका आंसर D होगा इस question का. Question 19. 20 is an easy one. 20 is an easy question because 20 में क्या बोल रहा है कि what it's saying in 20 is the price of an item was increased by 25%, then the price was decreased by 20%. So किसी भी item का price अगर 25% बढ़ाते हो और उसके बाद 20% घटाते हो तो 25-20 का जो पेयर है वो 100 से वापस 100 पे ले आता है तुम्हारा. So price is back at 100 and then it is again increased by 10%. So this effectively the first two changes have not made any change to the price. It's still the starting price only. So 10% last week again increased by 10. What is the resultant increase in the price? The answer will be 10%. So option B is the right answer. That's the answer to 20. So we are skipping a few questions because यहाँ पे तुम्हारे मोबाइल आ गया. 24. The letters A, B, C, D, again a permutation combination. Permutation combination has been a favorite of UPSC right from early 2000s. So they are going back to it now. So the letters A, B, C, D are arranged in such a way that they are exactly two letters between A and E. How many such possible arrangements are there? So if I put A and E, you just have to be systematic here. If I put A and E in first and third positions, I can do it in two ways. No, sorry. I can't put them in first and third. Exactly two letters between A and E. You have to read properly. Exactly two letters between the A and E. That means A and E are the first and fourth positions, which can be in two ways, AE or EA. And with each of this, BCD has to be placed in three places. So there are three factorial ways of doing that. So A 6 hai, A B 6 hai. Or A and E can be on the second and fifth letters also. They can be on the second and fifth letters also. So यहाँ पे भी 6 आएगा, यहाँ पे भी 6 आएगा. So correct answer is 24 to this. Option C is the right answer. So question 24 का C is 24 ही answer है. Right, let's go to the next question now. (25) is Z brother of X? Option statement 1. X is the brother of Y and Y is brother of Z. X is brother of Y. Now see, X is brother, so X is brother of Y. So the relationship of brother is y to x. X is brother of y, not y is brother of x. That means x is a male, y could be a male or female from here. But then they say y is the brother of z. So y is the brother of z. So the relationship is z to y is again brother. So y is again a male, but z के बारे में we can't make out. So z is definitely sibling of x, y, z, of x and y. Definitely sibling of x and y, but is x z brother of x? Not necessary. Can be brother, can be sister also, because we can't make out the gender of x, of z, right? So इसलिए ये वाला एस्पेक्ट खत्म हो जाएगा. x और y तो नहीं आएंगे इसमें, मतलब वी कांट मेक आउट, वन अलोन से नहीं मिल रहा है. और अगर एक्स वाई जेड सिबलिंग्स हैं, इससे भी तुमको कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है. एक्स वाई जेड सिबलिंग है तो वाई कैन स्टिल बी द सिस्टर. सो डेटा सफिशिएंसी द की इज दैट यू शुड गेट अ यूनिक आंसर. यहाँ पे यस भी हो सकता है आंसर, नो भी हो सकता है. अगर नो भी मिल जाता कि नहीं एक्स इज नॉट ब्रदर ऑफ एक्स, यू कुड से डेटा सफिशिएंट. पर यहाँ पे डेटा सफिशिएंट नहीं बोल सकता. सो ये यस yes or no दोनों में शिफ्ट करता है. The answer can be still yes or no to this question, which means you're not getting a unique answer. So the answer to this question is D. One से answer नहीं हो रहा है. A lot of people would have made a mistake in this question. Again, as I'm solving these questions, the feel is very, very much like a difficult aptitude exam, not an easy exam. Not an easy aptitude exam. So I'm quite sure it's going to be difficult to solve for a lot of people. 26th. On one side of a 1.01 kilometer long road, 101 plants are planted at equal distance from each other. So 1.01 kilometer road means 1010 meters road. If you're planting 101 plants, so every plant will have a 10-meter distance from the previous plant. So what is the total distance between 5 consecutive plants? So 5 consecutive plants के बीच में total distance 40 होगा. बहुत लोग ने इसमें A मार्क किया और C मार्क किया होगा, but A correct answer इसका. At least that's what. Please do. Pardon me अगर मेरा एक दो question कहीं wrong हो जाता है, but होना नहीं चाहिए because I'm going logically and I've not referred to anything else. I'm just solving it blind and reading these questions for the first time and solving it live for you guys. Thanks, God of Match. I think we went back there, Olive. But I don't consider myself to be God, just a guy with good logical thinking abilities. And for those of you looking for UPSC CSAT for 2023, we are there for you at Mindworks. So AB3 are 3 places such that there are 3 different roads from A to B. 3 roads from A to B, 4 different roads from B to C, and 3 different roads from A to C. In how many different ways can one travel from A to C? If I want to go from A to C, if I take the direct route, I've got 3 routes. If I take the road through B, I've got 12 roads. So the total number of roads is 15 here. So option C, right answer is. Question 27. Next question, question 28. A has some coins. He gives half of the coins and 2 more to B. So let's say A has 2 n coins. So what does he do? He gives n plus 2 to B. B gives half of the coins and 2 more to C. So B now has n plus 2 coins. So B gives half the coins, n by 2 plus 2 to C. And C gives half the coins, n by 4 plus 2 to D. The number of points D has now is the smallest two-digit number. So the smallest two-digit number is 10. So n must be, if you solve n by 4 plus 2 as 10, you'll get a value of n by 4 is 8, and that means n is 32. So n is 32, and that means how many coins does A have in the beginning? It's 64. And just run it through. 64 will become 34. 34 will become 19. N by 4 is equal to 8. So n is equal to 32. 34. And yeah, 34. But I made a mistake in this. I made a mistake in this solving. Let's restart this. और इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ, I mean, all aptitude exam aspirants, I keep telling, they go, I mean, I'm doing this live, right? So दिमाग में doubts होता है exam करते समय. So इसको इस तरह से करने से अच्छा है कि we start with the options. On the hindsight, I'll pick up the options there. So suppose I take 68. The option B से, A has 68 points. So he gives half the points plus 2 more. So he's going to give 36 points to B. Half of 68 plus 2 more is 36. B gives half of 36 plus 2 more. So B will give 20 to C. And C will give half of 20 plus 2 more. C will give 12 to D. The key is that D पे 10 आना चाहिए. 68 पे D 12 आ रहा है. That means the answer is below 68, not above 68. So for the time being, I can remove 76. The 60 अगर उठाता, 60 में half plus 2 is 32. 32 में half plus 2 is 18. And 18 play, half plus 2 is 9. Sorry, half plus 2 is 11. This is also not working. So the answer, only option we have is 52 then. Half plus 2 is 28. Half plus 2 is 16. And half plus 2 is 10. Yeah, 52 पे आ रहा है answer. I don't know why I got this 9. Mental error. Right, again, good quality question. You will see this in all aptitude exams. So people preparing for CSAT 2023, don't make the mistake of thinking about CSAT as an easy exam. Next, in the series A, ABC, D, ABCDE, which letter appears in the 100th place? ये triangular numbers of question है. What's happening here is A, just think about this as this. Think about this as these boxes. You have A, then you've got AB, then you've got ABC. So ABC is ending at 6 letters, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Then you've got ABCD. So that's ending on the 10th term of the series. Then I've got ABCD 15th. So if I keep going, this is the sum of this 15 is the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So since the sum of 1 to 10, this is again from my CAT experience, this is a favorite of the CAT question. Triangular number is favorite of the CAT. Right? Thanks Lokesh. I missed that number. 9 plus 2 करना भूल गया था मैं, इसलिए उसमें फंस गया था मैं. Anyway, so coming back here, this is 15. So basically 1 to 10 का sum 55 होता है. And plus 11 66, plus 12 78, plus 13 91. तो 13 letters, that means A to M वाला जो series होगा उसमें 91 आएगा. और A B C D F G H I उसका आंसर होगा इस क्वेश्चन का. From 92 to 100. So I will be the correct answer, and that's option C. Right. So let's look at 29. Question 29. Sorry, 30. 3 persons ABC standing in a queue, not in the same order. There are 4 persons between A and B, and 7 persons between B and C. If there are 11 persons ahead of C and 13 behind A, what would be the minimum number of persons in the queue? Okay. The 11 persons ahead of C. Okay. So let's first focus on putting C and A. The 11 persons ahead of C and 13 behind A. And I want a minimum number of people in the queue. So can I do this? So the thinking is, can I do this with only 22 people? Let's think like that. So if my queue has only 22 people, then I've got C on the 12th place, and there are 10 more people below to get to 22. But they're saying there are 13 people behind A. So in that case, 10 people, 11 person, and 2 more people. So A will be in this position. So A is 9th. A is 9th, C is 13th, C is 12th. And there are 4 persons between A and B, and 7 persons between B and C. So 4 persons between A and B, अगर मैं A B को 7th कर दूँ, 4 persons, 1 2 3 4. So 10 9 8 7. So B becomes 6th. So I've got 4 and 3 7 people between B and C in this case. So all the conditions are met here. All the conditions are met. What will be the minimum number of persons in the queue? All the conditions are met here. Is 22. Entertainment tells me that when I 26th का आंसर 40.4 है. Okay, yeah, I think I made a mistake in this thing on 26th. Let me solve 26 for you guys. Thanks for pointing that out. Let me just resolve. I'm not sure of the answer मुझे लाना पड़ेगा. 26 का 1.01 किलोमीटर रोड अगर है, 1010 मीटर्स का रोड अगर है, और तुम 101 प्लांट्स प्लेस कर रहे हो, तो पहला प्लांट यहाँ पे आएगा, दूसरा प्लांट कहाँ पे आएगा? You have to place 100 plants between here to here. So the span in this question, yeah, thanks for pointing it out. Whatever the name is, entertainment. The span you've got is your first plant is coming at the start, right? And you've got 1010 meters to plant 100 more plants. तो तुम्हारा जो plants का length होगा ना, जो 2 plants के बीच में length होगा, 1010 divided by 100. The distance between 2 plants is going to be 110.1. 1010 by 100. I'm doing 26 again for you. So 10.1 के 10.1 के रेंज में तुम्हारा A 2 प्लांट आएगा. Every 10.1 के गैप पे. So if you're placing plant 1 here, plant 2 will come after 10.1. Plant 3 will come after another 10.1. Plant 4 will come after another 10.1. And plant 5 will come after another 10.1. So the distance between 4 and 5 consecutive plants is actually 10.1 into 4. 40.4. So that's answer B. और इसमें कोई challenge करने की जरूरत नहीं है, Mr. Entertainment. I mean, I said that multiple times. I'm solving this blind for you guys and live on YouTube without any pre-practice. So I'm quite open to making mistakes here or there, right? So good that you could see that I made a mistake there. So coming back to question 35 now. How many seconds in total are there in X weeks, X days, X hours, X minutes, and X seconds? Right? X days, X weeks, X hours, X days. So X weeks, X days, X hours, X minutes, and X seconds. So X minutes will have 60 X seconds. Right? X hours, minutes, hours, days, and weeks. So every hour has 60 minutes and every minute is 60 seconds. So this should be 3600 X. And then now what we can see is that the answer has to be either B or D. It can't be A and C. Why? Because this X second will be plus X. How many seconds there are? Now a day has 24 hours. 60 minutes every hour into 60 seconds every minute. 24 hours, 60 minutes per hour, and 60 seconds per minute. So this is the number of X that you will get. And a week has 7 into 24, 7 days, 24 hours, 60 minutes per hour, and 60 seconds every time. So you just have to think of, is it going to 1,581 or is it going to go to 6,94,000? So you can see very clearly that यहाँ 3660 तो यहीं पर हो गया, and 24 to 60 is 1400 more, and 1440 actually, and 1440 into 60 is 85,000, close to. So ये 11,581 में तो निपटने नहीं वाला है. So you can reject that and go to D as the answer. And the fact that there is a plus X here will give you a 1 as the in the part of the answer. So I think that should be D. Right? We'll have the official answer keys out by tomorrow. I mean, at least not the official, sorry. Can't claim to be the, but our version of the answer key out by tomorrow. You can check from there. By the way, ये hindsight पे भी solve करके मैं देख लूँगा. Right? As I said, maybe a couple of questions here or there might go wrong, but again, really, I mean, as an aptitude trainer, I'm satiated with the kind of questions they're given. Right? They're not giving any easy, simple movements, and RC तो मैंने देखा नहीं है, so I can't comment. In RC तो जानते हो कि CSAT का RC is not very controllable. So this is going to be a lot of shock to a lot of people. PQRST are 6 members of family. R is spouse of Q. So RQ is a couple. U is the mother of T and S is the daughter of U. U is the mother of T. U is a female, mother of T. And S is the daughter of U. So S and T are siblings. S is the daughter of U. So I've got a mother-son-daughter relationship. T के बारे में we don't know. And P's daughter is T. So T is a female now. So U and P are also married because U is also the mother. So P's daughter is T. And R's son is P. So ये बहू है इनकी U. There are 2 couples in the family. Okay, RQ, UP, we've been able to identify them. Which one of the following is correct? Q is the grandfather of T. Q is the grandmother of T. Now Q का gender तो पता नहीं चला. Q के बारे में only statement given is R is the spouse of Q. So we can't make out about whether Q is a grandfather or grandmother. But T is a granddaughter of Q. Yes, that we know because T is a female. because she is the daughter of P. So option B is the right answer here. चलो next question देखते हैं. Next question देखते हैं 37th. Consider the question and two statements given below in respect of three cities PQR in a state. How far is city P from city Q? City Q is 18 kilometers from R. Consider the question and two statements. There's three cities PQR. How far is P and Q? So we are being asked to find the distance between P and Q. तो इसको अगर देखते हैं इस क्वेश्चन को तो पहला स्टेटमेंट मेरे को बोल रहा है Q is 18 kilometers from R. So R से 18 kilometers Q है. ये इंफॉर्मेशन आ गया. ठीक है. And P is 43 from R. P is 43 and they are asking the distance P to Q. And the information given to you here is PQR का कोई relationship नहीं दिया हुआ कि वो straight line में है, किस order में है, etc. तो R is 43 kilometers, P is 43 kilometers from R can mean it could be any circle. This is 18. ये R कहीं भी P कहीं भी जा सकता है, यहाँ भी जा सकता है, यहाँ भी आ सकता है. There are many possibilities for P. So you can't make that out, I think. So D is the correct answer in this question. And that's 37th. So let's have a look at 38th. Two statements for the four conclusions given. You will take the statement. Okay, all that is blah blah blah. Syllogisms here. All pens are books. All pens are books. And no chair is a pen. So chair के लिए मेरे पास बहुत सारे possibilities हैं. Chair 1, chair 2, chair 3. With respect to its relationship with books. Right? Conclusion 1. All chairs are books. Not necessary because chair 3 में reject हो जा रहा है. Second conclusion. Some chairs are pens. No, that's not right at all. And all books are chairs. That's also not right. Can't be right. So no chair is a book. That's also not possible, not necessary because C1 में नहीं है. So conclusion 1, 2, 3 और 4 चारों में से कोई follow नहीं कर रहा. Option D is correct answer. 29 देख लेते हैं. I might not be able to finish this paper, so I'll be doing a second session also of this live maybe tomorrow sometime. और उसमें I'll do the remaining questions for you जो भी नहीं होता है. और apart from that I'll also I mean we'll after once the second session is done, so we'll ask our video editors to merge the two sessions and give you one session of this in which everything is taught. Some doctors are teaching ये basic information तो वही है syllogisms का. All teachers are engineers statement 2 उठाएंगे. All teachers are engineers. Because this is a more definitive relationship. Just because some doctors are teachers भी है इसलिए वहाँ से start नहीं करेंगे. And all engineers are scientists. So all engineers are scientists. ये third diagram बनेगा. And then the question says some doctors are teachers. So some doctors are teachers means my doctors का circle. If I draw that in red, my doctors का circle can be like this. My doctors का circle can be like this. My doctors का circle can be like this. Relationship between doctors and engineers and scientists is changing. My doctor's circle can also be this in this case. So the way you do it is you try to reject the conclusion. Right? So conclusion 1. So if this is figure 1, this is figure 2, this is figure 3, this is figure 4. If I want to reject the first conclusion, some scientists are doctors. Some scientists are doctors. ये अगर reject करना है तो मेरे को दिखाना पड़ेगा कि no scientists are doctors. Whichever I draw it, whichever I draw doctors, the fourth circle, I am getting the same thing in all the cases. Whichever way you draw it, I'm getting the same thing in all the cases. That is, I can't reject some scientists are doctors because scientists are doctors हमेशा आएगा. So conclusion one तो definitely true है. Conclusion two पे अगर मैं आता हूँ, all engineers are doctors. Not necessarily because 1, 2 में all engineers are not doctors. So conclusion two is not necessary. And if I look at conclusion three, all engineers are doctors. ये भी necessary नहीं because if I draw this for doctors, all engineers are doctors is not true. So only conclusion one is the answer. इसका answer I would go with A there. Right? But if you're following us, do wait for the official answer key. I mean, not again. Why am I calling it official? Our version of the answer key for by tomorrow for this. We'll just make sure that our answers are correct while solving. Yeah, this is just a live solve from my side. Okay, 8 students A, B, C, D, F, E, G, H sit around a circular table, equidistant from each other, facing the center of the table, not necessarily in that order. So this is how they sit equidistant always, right? B and D sit neither adjacent to C nor opposite C. B and D not adjacent C, not opposite C. ठीक है? A sits in between E and D. A sits in between E and D. So it could be EAD or DAE. A sits between E and D, and F sits between B and H. So I've got either this or this. Which of the following is definitely correct? So suppose मैं तीन circular में best thing is that start में तुम्हारे पास option होता है कि तुमको जिसको place करना है तो place कर दो. तो EAD के लिए अगर A place करो तो A यहाँ पे आएगा. If I use these three places, and E and D can either be here or there. EDD और BFH में रोक करना है और B and D are not adjacent to C nor opposite C. तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं करता हूँ तो if I use this place for BFH, if I use this place for BFH, let's say I use this place for BFH, I need a better picture in this case. So let me draw the circle properly here, so that my opposites and adjacents are clear. My 8 places are 1, 2 is one pair of opposites. This is a second pair of opposites, 3, 4. I have a third pair of opposites, 5, 6, and I have a fourth pair of opposites, 7, 8. Right? So suppose I use EAD here, and the first three is completely open to you. So if I go with A here, so this position can be ED or DA. तो अब मेरे को BFH या HFB को एक साथ लगाना है यहाँ पे. और इसमें एक्चुअली अगर प्रॉपर्ली पढ़ते हो तो when I say A sits between E and D, ये मतलब टेक्निकली इसको तुम does not necessarily mean that A is एकदम sandwich between E and D. It could mean E somebody then A and somebody and then D. So उस एंगल से क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा ambiguous है इसका स्टेटमेंट, बट चलो ठीक है. In this case, because they have got close-ended options, you will say that you will assume that they are doing it that way. तो मेरे को BFH लगाना है तो F definitely यहाँ पे आएगा. और मेरे को C को neither opposite D nor adjacent to D लगाना है. तो in this case, F अगर यहाँ डालता हूँ, BFH ये करता हूँ अगर तो C can't come here. और मेरे पास कौन कौन है? ABC, DF, GH. तो BFH का तो मेरा रिलेशनशिप फिक्स है, तो इन तीनों को मैं 3 पोजीशन में डालूंगा ही कहीं ना कहीं, और ADE को भी डालूंगा. तो C और G 2 लोग बच गए. तो C यहाँ नहीं आएगा तो G यहाँ पे आएगा, और C को अगर यहाँ डालना है मेरे को, दैट मीन्स मेरे को D को यहाँ नहीं डाल पाऊंगा, मैं E को यहाँ डालूंगा और D को यहाँ डालूंगा. So this is a possible arrangement. Which of the following is definitely correct? B sits between A and G. यहाँ पे तो ये करेक्ट नहीं है. इस केस में B is not sitting between A and G. So ये तो घट जाएगा. C sits opposite G. इस केस में ये भी गलत है. और E sits opposite to F. E sits opposite to F. ये पक्का आ रहा है इसमें. So इसको I think this is the correct. This should be the correct. Looks like the correct answer, but इसमें none of the above दिया हुआ है. इसको तुमको और arrangements करके देखना पड़ेगा. You have to check कि वो हमेशा EF opposite आ रहे हैं कि नहीं. So without that, you really can't solve this question. But अगर मेरे को short call लेना है inside the exam, I'll mark C and move on. A भी तो reject हो गए. But I'm not sure because I'll have to check that from that angle. कि बाकी arrangements करके मैं देखूँ तो उसमें ऐसा case आ रहा है, because if there's a case where I can make all the conditions met and EF are not sitting opposite each other, तब I would be able to create that. So we have reached question 43. So 45 भी पहुँच गए. एक last question कर देता हूँ मैं, and the remaining questions I'll do in a live tomorrow for you guys. 5 friends PQ XYZ purchase some notebooks. The relevant information is given below. So Z PQ XYZ. Z purchased 8 notebooks more than X. So Z is X plus 8. P and Q together purchased 21. So this sum is 21. So this could be 120, 219, all the way to 21. कुछ भी हो सकता है. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Q purchased 5 notebooks less than P. Q is 5 less than now. Now PQ 21 है. PQ का sum 21 है. और difference 5 है. So this can only happen with 13 and 8. ये mental maths use करके मैंने निकाला. So this can only be 13, 8. X and Y together purchased 28 notebooks. And P purchased 5 notebooks more than X. So that means X is also 8 because P is 13. So X भी 8 है तो Y 20 है और Z जो है 16 है. So each notebook is priced for ₹40. Then what is the total cost of all the notebooks? So you purchased 21, 49, 65 notebooks and 40 rupees each. 40 rupees each. So 2600 is the total cost. So chalo, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to wind up now and I'll do the remaining questions in live tomorrow. Right? Thanks a lot everybody and see you soon. I'm not able to read the chat here. $40 का हो सकता है DO. मैं solve भी किया 40 को पूरा. So 40 का, as I said, you will have to look for more this thing. It's not a very doable questions at the exam because you have to do a lot of work. So I didn't say that C is the answer. I said that अगर मेरे को इस point में mark करना है, take a risk and mark it, I would mark C. But to actually do it, you will have to do it. The arrangement you will have to do. Try to arrange it in multiple ways and then see what's happening. So I'm okay with D as the answer for 40. I'm not saying कि 30 C आ रहा है because I didn't solve it for you. ठीक है? Right. So tomorrow I'll do the next part. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Right? 1.5 घंटा हो गया मेरे सेशन का. सो कल इसको करते हैं और बाद में हम लोग इसको एक वो कर लें, वो वाला क्वेश्चन भी मैं क्वेश्चन 40 भी कल पूरा सॉल्व करके दिखा दूंगा तुमको, ठीक है? चलो, थैंक यू सो मच, बाय बाय। डू sign into the channel, do subscribe to whichever channel you're watching. If you're watching on LinkedIn, then please follow me, and if you're watching on the Arun Sharma channel, वहाँ पे subscribe कर लो. If you're watching on YouTube, Arun Sharma Mindworks, then you can watch it from there, and so on. चलो, वो तुम माइंडवर्क्स की टीम से पूछ लो, बोर्ड सॉल्वर, अगर नहीं क्लियर हो रहा है तो वो तुम्हारे हो सकता है उसमें कुछ दिक्कत हो इन योर ब्राउजर। एक बार ब्राउजर को भी रिफ्रेश करके देख लेना, ब्राउजर का वो सब डिलीट करके देख लेना जो डाउनलोड हो जाता है ना, जस्ट क्लियर द कैश एंड देन डू इट। चलो, थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी, बाय बाय, सी यू।